You ain't never got that far, Mom.
Yeah. Go. We gotta start. We gotta start.
Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
We gotta start. Took us forever, but we got one. Complete. Do it, Z.
That's a lot.
Girl, please.
That was. But we on to the next level.
Girl, please.
I know that's right.
Woo!
Girl, that's stressful.
Girl.
Real 33. Okay. You buy anything, can you afford it?
No, we can't afford it.
Nah. Not we can't afford nothing.
Okay, now they got some new dish. This is what they got going on here.
But them chicken tenders you gotta put in the oven this time.
Oh, well, you better go ahead.
Mommy cook.
Girl, please.
Go ahead and prep.
The prep, Grandma. The prep is what got us through.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think prep.
She said go ahead and prep. Wait a minute, y'all ain't prepping. There's 4 people at the counter already.
Yeah, that's why we got to prep.
That's why we gotta prep, girl.
Girl, yes, see. Yeah, there you go. Get
Bow.
bow.
You see what I mean? We
That's
gotta
right.
prep.
Soda and coffee.
Girl, y'all is crazy.
Hamburger with lettuce.
Boo.
There you go, hamburger with lettuce. Please give her that. Get the money, get your funds, get somebody else. There you go, girl.
Honey, please.
Girl, okay, boo.
Get an ice cream. Oh, girl, you already got the
Yeah,
ice
girl,
cream.
don't worry about it, girl. It's a prep.
Honey, something that I don't even know what they played.
But baby, look, the slider's going too slow.
Boo. No, he is going slow. That's what's going slow.
Well, see, you gotta pay him to go faster though.
You gotta pay him to go faster.
Yeah.
Pick up the money, B.
B.
See, whoever you are.
Baby, she needs you to get that going. Pick up the money, B.
Stop.
Girl, what? Don't throwing away no food looking at you.
Oh, yeah.
Dump it. Go, get some
But how do we
two
make
sodas.
them
Get
french
two
fries?
sodas.
You know what? You
Cut
should.
up the, give him the potatoes to cut. Give him the potatoes
Oh,
to cut.
that's how you do it? Okay, let me get that out. Throw that away.
Oh my God.
Put
Give
that
her
right
that.
there.
Give him
Put
that.
that there. What?
Give him the potatoes. Let him cut them up. Now put them in the first. Put them over there.
What?
Put 'em
Oh.
over there.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know how to do that. Okay, listen to some music. Sure.
Girl, give him a soda so he'll keep quiet. Now they got some some
Yeah, they just
hearts.
did some
Yeah,
hearts.
all right.
They
what you got? He want that,
Boom,
yeah.
boom.
Get a salad with just some eggs. Now you got one made. Get that over there. You know, if you got some french fries, let him cut them potatoes. Let him cut 2 of them. There you go. Put 1 in there. Put 2 in there. There you go. There you go.
You know what? I cannot.
There you
Look
go.
at him. Boom.
Come on, Zara. We need another star.
Get
You burning. You burning up.
You burning! You burning!
Yeah.
Oh,
shoot.
this is stressing me out. I gotta go. I can't see. This is why they distress me. Woo! Oh Lord, hey Cyber family. Oh Lord, here go my daddy. As soon as I come out, he motioning me to come over there. Hey. Now what? Honey, he always got somebody big rig in the driveway. Oh Lord. Honey, he got a big rig, a cooling van, contractor, a Jeep, a Mercedes. Woo. Not a Buick, child. Let me walk around here. Hey, Jasmine, girl. Y'all, yeah, no. Them children of the corn is gone. Bye. Or whatever NSYNC them was saying. Because, baby. Whew, y'all. Now I want Zari to come on. Because I really just need to Oh no, the customers be getting impatient and leaving the food be burning up on the grill. No, child, I'm trying to tell you. See, I don't be playing stuff like that. It get me too stressed out. And then look, I already am stressed. I don't need to be stressed any more than I'm. So no, y'all, so I dropped off the last chap of the corn about 2 hours ago. Oh Lord, hallelujah. Oh God, thank you, Jesus. Okay. Woo, child. Woo, child. Let me tell you what saved me, y'all. Let me tell you what saved me. So I'm thinking that this week is next week. So in my mind, it's Thursday is Juneteenth, and I have a whole little thing planned for that me and some of my friends are doing on Juneteenth. So like that is been sticking in my mind. I also have a sweet 16 to do, a graduation to do, treats. So the whole time I'm planning this thing with Boosie and the kids coming over, I'm thinking that it's that week that I got so much going on. So I'm telling everybody they got to get their kids on Wednesday because I got too much going on Thursday. Oh, the Lord knew, honey. I was so, by Tuesday, I was like, somebody said it was Father's Day. I said, Father's Day? Child, I forgot it was Father's Day and everything. But see, luckily for me, I do everything 4 or 5 months in advance. So Ricardo's Father's Day gifts were already ordered, purchased, or whatever. So, you know, I wasn't even thinking if it was Father's Day. I was like, no, I got some treat. You mean I got another week? But I didn't never tell the parents. You'll still get your kids on Wednesday. Thank you. Come again. That's right. Baby, I can't. I praise all the parents who have stair-step kids, because I just don't think that I would have. So, like, God knew when I was trying to have all them kids back to back like that. He was like, girl, sit down, because you're not going to survive. I'm saving you from yourself. And I thank you. I thank you for it, Jesus, because Boosie and Maggie, I'm going to have to, like, I really am going to have to, like put my paws on them real hard. Like, I'm going to have to, like, go back to that 1975 type of whoop ass. Like, I'm gonna have to do that because Boosie and Maggie together are like, I can't stand them together. Okay, I love them together, I love them individually, but together they wreak havoc. They wreak all types of havoc, and I don't like that for me. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. So it's me and Maggie, and I go in there, and it's Deuce and Addie are like, every time I go in there, they pointing at Boosie and Maggie. Deuce like, Aunt Kia, it's not me. It's not me. It's Boosie and Maggie. I'm like Judge Judy. I know my customers. Okay. I know. I know it's them. Okay. And then Addie like, it's not me. It's my brother in Majesty. I know. It's always damn Boosie and Maggie. So I told my sister, I'ma throat chop them. I'ma send them over her house, and she need to body slam. Cause I can't take it. Them two I can't. And I'm so glad that they're not going to the same elementary school. Cause Maggie will be, she in elementary school now. Boosie, I'm just so glad because I can't. I don't know what their problem is. And y'all know my sister is a different parent than me. So I don't even understand how Maggie be doing anything. Because y'all know my sister, she believe in you get your little butt popped a little here and there. Don't do nothing too much. She ain't going to pop her all the time. But she do believe. Now, I'm finna reach out and touch Boosie. Watch. I have to do something. He not going to feel it. But I'm still going to do the motion. Maybe the motion might scare him. Because all this raising my voice and my blood pressure is not on my bingo card for the rest of the year. And Addie asked a million questions. Okay, mosquito. Go ahead now. Addie asked a million questions. Kia, what do you call these? I said, braids. And those things on Majesty's hair, I said, beads. I want some of these and some of those. I said, Savannah, slow down. Savannah, slow down. Can you put me some? I can't. Baby, I can't even brush hair up into a ponytail. I said, you want me to show you some pictures of Zaria's hair back in the day? Okay, baby, you're going to have a cricket part, a ponytail up here, plait over here. Baby, Little Miss Mary Mac. Okay, because I was like, girl, the professionals did these. Okay, I ain't do this to my own hair. So she was like, you don't know how to do it. And the way she looked at me, like, how the hell you don't know how to braid? I'm so confused. She was like, you don't know how to do it. I was like, I don't. Who gonna check me, boo? So then I was like, and you can get like a little ponytail with some beads on the end, but you can't get these, baby. I'm so sorry, baby. First of all, your little scalp gonna be burnt up. Second of all, you can't sit for 10 hours. Honey, you gonna be falling down the wall. So then she went on from that conversation. And then she was like, do you wear heels? I was like, no. She was like, well, my mom does. I was like, your mom is a damn baddie. Okay. My baddie season is over. When her mama just had a baby a week ago. Her mom just had a baby a week ago. She just pushed the whole entire human out of her situation a week a damn ago. She dropped Addie off in some heels. I said, damn it. You better go. You better go. I said, girl, you should have checked me out 20 years ago. 20 years ago when I was your mama's age, baby, I was wearing heels too. She was like, so my mama wear heels. Boosie, come get your sister. What? I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, okay. She was like, and therefore I want some heels too. I was like, okay. Baby, I was like, your mother is that girl. I was that girl when I was your mama's age, baby. Y'all, honey, I was like, give her 20 years. Okay, baby, I got a bad knee, bad feet, a bad toe right now. Baby, my face messing up. I got perimenopause. I have lupus. I got kids of the corn, a husband of the corn. My daddy's stressing me out with this tiny home. Baby, I can't wear a heel. If I put on heel right now, I'm going to look like damn Bambi when he was just born. Okay? Give me some grace. Give me some damn grace, please. Honey, then she went on from that conversation. Is all you have is organic? I said, Addie. She was like, oh no, I like that because my mom says that's healthy. I said, okay, organic is healthy. Okay. And then she was like, are you going to tell my mom if I drink Dr. Pepper? I was like, girl, your secret is safe with me. I said, but where you going to get it from? Because we don't drink Dr. Pepper in here. She was like, I like Dr. Pepper. I was like, okay, girl. Ooh, child. I said, oh, ma'am, please, okay? Ooh, child, she said, because wink, wink, meaning when you go to the grocery store, go and get that little 6-pack of little Dr. Pepper for me. Thank you. And then Deuce, oh, child, oh, God. Jesus, bless it in the name. Deuce and Boosie, okay, Deuce and Boosie wrote a letter, had Aiden to edit it, and hang it up on the door talking about no girls allowed. I said, excuse me? No girls allowed? Oh no, Maggie and Addie get ready to come in here. Because where else they gonna be if they're not in here? Oh, this is boys' time. Ain't no damn boys' time. Let me tell you something. I said, do you want a girlfriend? Deuce looking at me. He laughing. I said, Boosie, do you want a girlfriend? When y'all get older, y'all want wives, or like what's the situation? They both was like, I said, well, let me tell you something. If you want girlfriends, you want wives when you get older, just be used to girls being all up in your space, all up in your face, all up in your eyeballs. They was like, in our eyeballs. I was like, you know what? Give me this. I crumbled that paper up. And I was like, you want to know what I'm going to do with it? Kobe. Since that's what y'all want to go around hollering all day. Mom, it includes you. This Boosie. Mom, it includes you. No girls don't come across the threshold. Aiden in the other room. She pay for this. She pay for. Cause yeah, I tell him that all the time. I said it. You doggone right. Telling me I can't come across the threshold of the house I pay for. Talking about no girls allowed. Mama, they don't know how to play the game right. Addie said, I don't want to play the game anyway. I don't want to play with that. I want to play with the stuffed animal, and he won't let me. I said, Boosie, and this is why he can't. He acts like he's an only child because he got age gap children. So he acts like he is the only child. So he trying to ration what they can play with. I said, which one you want to play with? She can't play with that one because I got that when I was 3. All the more reason why she could play. She can damn take it. Because why is it still here and you're 3 years old? Well, are you hoarding, or is this going to be a problem when you get older? Because I don't want to, be in on it with you if it's going to be a problem. Baby, so I said, well, what stuffed animal can she play with? Because she wants to play with the stuffed animals. He goes to the bottom of the barrel, pulls out a old baby Yoda from probably when he was born. The baby Yoda ear gone and everything. I say, I know you like, first of all, this is trash. Mommy stupid. I said, Addie, get any stuffed animal out of here that you want. Oh, he was hotter than a firecracker. And then Maggie got in on it too. I want a stuffed animal too. I want a stuffed animal too. He really about pulled this little bullet out, baby. Oh my God, baby. I said, oh, he is possessed. Ricardo, come get him. Cause baby, maybe he need a little handcuff or two on. Baby, I don't know what might transpire. And he was stressed out. So then Deuce came in there. Aunt Kia, Boosie being mean to me. I said, okay. I said, oh, and then his mama called. First, his mama called. I got to get this out. Because let me back up. So he ain't said not one word to me all day. Him and Boosie being mean to the girls all day, right? And mind you, we talking about Addie, who is very, very talkative and very, you're not gonna get a word in edgewise. She gonna talk your little head off. You say something, she gonna say something back. Then you got Majesty. Oh baby, she ain't finna play no games. Majesty, oh, you do something to her, oh, you best believe she just like my sister. Oh, you gonna get done in, okay? Baby, you say something to Maggie, she might reach out and touch you. So them not no, like, they ain't no little, okay, I'm gonna go over here and just, no, they don't care about what the boys say. They gonna beat the boys up. They gonna fight the boys. They're gonna beat the boys up. So all day long, Deuce ain't said nothing to me. Nothing. So his mama called. Hey girl, can I talk to Deuce? So I'm like, cause let me tell you something. When kids are with me, I don't call nobody mama. I don't call nobody mama. I don't call nobody mama unless your kid gotta go to the hospital. Okay? But if your kid is straight, I'm not calling you. I got your kids so you can have a little break. So ain't no need for me to call you. But you should call and check on your kids. But I don't judge. Even if you don't, then that means they straight. And it is going to be what it is. But she called, said, hey, can I speak to Deuce? I'm like, okay, cool. So soon as he got on the phone with his mama, she said, how you doing? Mind you, I don't put it on speakerphone. So I don't know what she's saying, but I'm assuming she said, how you doing? And he said, I'm okay. I'm fine. You having fun or something like that? He said, yeah. And then she said, okay. And he said, except, because I been having fun, except. So mind you, he on my phone. He's in my room. I'm sitting on the bed and I'm like, what he finna say to his mom? Except Boosie was just mean to me. And I was like, now, Deuce, you ain't said nothing to me about Boosie being mean to you. As soon as your mama get on this phone, you talk about Boosie being mean to you. Ain't said 2 words to me about Boosie being mean. So I said, okay. So he get off like, yeah, Boosie being mean. He won't let me play with this and won't let me play with that. I'm like, okay. What's going on? Right? So I'm like, whatever. So he gets off the phone with his mama, but I get on the phone. So she was like, girl, he done told me that Boosie being mean to him. I know Deuce done did something, you know, whatever. So all day, you know, they been going back and forth. So Boosie had some Legos that he had done constructed, right? Because y'all know he would buy Legos and him and Aiden put it together. So in the middle of the night, Deuce got up and took the Legos apart. He said, oh, Boosie don't want me to play with this particular Lego. I'm going to take these apart right here, and he going to have to rebuild them with me or rebuild them with somebody else. I said, wait, whoa. And the reason why I know he did it because I asked, and he said he did it because Boosie didn't want to play with him with the Legos. I said, well, now you're going to have to apologize to Boosie. He said, okay. Because Boosie was like, what do you mean? Baby, them hands got to go. I said, oh, he his grandpa, grandson, baby. Because, you know, my daddy, he get passionate and them hands start flying. Because you don't understand what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Calm down. Calm down, Derek Jr. Calm down. I said, and you're going to, I said, now you're going to spend your time putting this back, putting this back, putting this back, and putting these back. Okay. I said, okay. Honey, Boots was like, but mom, I thought me and Aiden. I said, that's okay. I said, so he going to put the base part together. And do say, so, you know, once you show him, because I guess Deuce not a Lego kid, right? So once you show him and you know, I don't think that he understood, like, how time consuming it is. So, you know, he's sitting there and we all getting dressed. And I was like, I'm going to dress Deuce last so he can construct this thing. And so Aiden like, nah, you got to you got to look on here and look at and put them together like this. Oh my God, bruh. I said, see? And then he really apologized. Like, Boosie, I'm sorry, you know, but I wanted him to understand, like, you know, and he did. And they was laughing, putting the little pieces back together. They didn't get it all put back together, but you know, sometimes I feel like kids, when they want to do something with another kid or something like that, they just be wanting to, honey, what's going on? Honey, the popo really popoing. Then I've been there, I know about it. Listen. So yeah. But a few questions that people have asked is when Boosie, when she has to go home, are they sad? Is Boosie sad? Are they asking questions? Are they, do they want to stay with each other longer? You know, whatever. Oh, my earrings. Thank you. I appreciate your entire ministry. You know, of course, I've been trying to wear kid-friendly earrings so the kids can just be, you know, since I done had the kids all week. But yeah, I get them from Earbobs. And so, anyway, I got to sneeze and it won't come up. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Bless me, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. But no, so no, they don't. And I guess only because they've been raised like this. So Boosie and Addie are the same age for just a month. So Boosie, we've had Boosie since he was 3 days old. And Addie has been in Boosie's life since she was born. And so they've grown up like this. And so I guess if you've grown up the way that you're growing up, then that's just your way of life, if that makes sense. So they know that what I found out this weekend is that they don't understand that they share the same dad, which they know that they're siblings, but they don't know that they share the same daddy. And I'm just trying to figure out, well, how do y'all think y'all, because that was the conversation that we had this week. Like, how do y'all think y'all are siblings? Like, how do y'all think y'all are siblings? Okay. And you know, we've constantly told them, we show them pictures. I mean, even when he's around with them, it's still like, it still don't really register. And I think that there's going to be more conversation, and just over time, Boosie has heard adoption. I think, and I believe in my heart that Boosie knows that he is adopted. But Boosie also thinks that he was born from my stomach, just him and Zaria. Carly and Aiden, he know that they wasn't, which that's how I know he understands what adoption is, because he will say in a minute, me and Zaria was born out of your belly. Carly and Aiden wasn't. And so, I think that when they get older, like, they will put it together. But right now, when they get ready to go home, I mean, they hug each other, and then they're like, okay, we'll see you again next time. And it's no sadness. Addie, she's so excited to see her mom. When she's picked up, and she's like, okay, her birthday is coming up, and she's gonna have a birthday party soon. And she's like, are y'all gonna come to my birthday party? And I'm like, yeah, girl, your mama sent us an invitation. So they know that they spend like maybe a weekend or so together. And they know that they spend birthdays together, and just they spend time throughout the year together. And they know that they're siblings, but they just don't piece it together. Or I don't know, cause Addie was like something, and she said my dad, and then she said, Boosie, is your dad? And he was like, no. Oh, she was saying something that her dad do for work, and then she said, Boosie, do your dad do this for work? And Boosie said, no, my daddy is a sheriff. And so she was like, oh, okay. And then I said, but y'all do understand that y'all share the same. I mean, what is my daddy doing back there talking about? Honey, they laughing so hard. And so she was like, so I was like, y'all do know y'all share, y'all do have the same. And they was just like, what? No, we don't. Oh, okay. I said, well, I ain't finna press the issue. We're going to see Lilo and Stitch, baby. I ain't getting ready to even press the issue about it. And when he's around, do he call his biological father? Does he call him dad? No, he don't. I do. And I do that with all my children. So I call all of my biological children's parents mom and dad. I just feel like that's just me continuing to honor the biological parents. Also too, that my children know that I'm not ever going to disrespect their parents. I don't care what is. And also I just feel like, so that they understand, like, it's okay. Like, if they ever want a closer relationship with their biological parents, if the time ever comes, and that ever, that I'm going to be okay with that, So I call my biological, I'll be like, have you talked to your mom? Have you talked to your dad? And because the crazy part about it is when I say, I call, like, I will say daddy if I'm talking about Ricardo. So I say, no, daddy will be here in a minute, or daddy will, or daddy, or I just, whatever. But if I talk about their mom or dad, they know if I say mom, then they know I'm not talking about me. But if I refer to if I'm talking about their biological parents, I'll be like, your mom, your dad, or whatever. And they all call their biological parents by their parents' name. So Carly, Aiden, and Boosie all call their biological parents by their names. And that's not going to be my ministry. Like, I told them they can call them whatever they want to, but I'm never going to be upset if they call them mom or dad. But I will always refer to them as their mom and their dad, because that's what they are. Like, you know, they are their mom and dad. Like that they biologically that's just is what it is. So that's just how I do it. So, you know, Boosie get out the car and I'll say, you know, go say hey to your dad. Or whatever. But they just never refer to them as mom and dad. And and that's okay. And Carly is 22 and she still referred to her biological parents by their names. Now, they all call their siblings my siblings, and they all call their grandparents my grandparents, and even aunts and uncles. Because I know that we refer to aunt and uncle, they'll call them auntie whatever, auntie what, uncle whatever. But whatever that is, and that could just be something that they might have to even work out in therapy, whatever the case may be. Or sometimes maybe the kid, which I told them it don't have nothing to do with me, y'all call them whatever they call them, whatever. But maybe one day they will and maybe they never will. Either way, it's okay. So Boosie dad and Addie's mom are not together. So we have to set up something separately to see him. So when I get Addie, it's just her, and he speaks to her, they hug. That's fine. Now when we see him, he's not particularly like, he just like, what's up? It ain't like, hey, but then y'all gotta understand how Boosie is, period. If it ain't my mama, my daddy, me, or Ricardo, or his siblings, he's not like that with anybody. He's not like that with my sisters. He's not like that with my brothers. He's not like that when he see my aunts. He was like that with Gigi. But like Boosie is not the type of person, like he really is not like, hey, unless he see one of just the few people that I named. That's it. So like it's not shocking to me or weird to me when he's not, hey, when he see his his biological family members, because he don't be like that way to us either. So yeah, he don't. Boosie too cool for school. Hey, Mama Carmen. Look, I'm so excited to see my Mama Carmen on here. I'm about to, a bug finna fly in my mouth. Thank you, Mama Carmen, for the stars. My boo's mama's on here. What about Aiden? Now, Aiden is Aiden is like that, in that stage where he ain't excited to see nobody ever. So when he see his siblings, and I be like, y'all, they're all about the same age, so they're all like, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like they're either tweens or teens, and so they're all like, what up, bro? Like no type of excitement, and so I do feel like because they're able to, back in the day, if you were adopted, you might not have ever been able to see your biological family members at all. But with technology now, like they play the game with them, they talk to them on FaceTime, they are, like even if they're not seeing them physically, they're talking to them on the phone, they're seeing them on FaceTime, they're playing the game with them. And so it's like, oh, when I see you in person, it's like I just talked to you yesterday, or we just played the game together yesterday. So it's like, it is what it is. So it's like I see them anyway, which is good. So yeah, he is a teenager that is trying to be so cool, honey. Be trying to be so cool. But yeah, and then and I like the fact that I liked the fact that when we were all in the same, like around the same area, then it would, it was so much easier to keep the kids together. But now a lot of biological family members have moved to different states or, different cities that's 2 or 3 hours away. And it's like, It was good when it was good. It was good when it was good. But I do appreciate the fact that they still have FaceTime. And no, I don't let my children stay the night with anybody. No, Aiden visits family, but Aiden don't spend the night with nobody, and neither do Boosie. And well, Carly can do. Carly 22, so she can choose what she wants to do or whatever. But no, and that's don't have anything to do with their biological family. And it just has everything to do with me being a therapist and my husband being a police officer. And no. And now when they are older, when they turn 18 and they can go and stay with whoever they want to stay with. But as of right now, we don't do spend the nights. And I know that's weird because we can have anybody over our house, but that's other people's parents. If other people's parents allow their children to spend the night with us, then that's other people's parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's how they choose to do with their children. But as far as me, my kids don't even spend the night with people in my family all the time. Like, if y'all ever notice, y'all don't see my kids with nobody but my mama and my sister. But yeah. And then too, when we first started out, I thought about it, and then I was like, maybe that would be confusing because they were so young, that they could be confusing to them. And it could also be confusing to the boundaries that we set when we talked about how open adoption was going to look. And I ain't mad. Oh no, that your question didn't offend me, or it didn't upset me or anything like that. Oh no, I ain't mad. But yeah, so so anyway, yeah, so I just feel like with them being so young and we have open adoption and they know that that's their biological parents, or whatever the case may be, and then they have to, I think that would have caused a whole lot of confusion, for unnecessary trauma for them when they were younger. So I said, I need to protect my babies. I also want this open adoption to work, but my main focus and my main concern is the mental well-being of my children. Yes, honey. But if they ever came, like if Aiden came to me at 16 and said, "Ma, I want to spend the night with my brother," no, never mind. Because I was about to say I'd probably be like, let me think about it, but no. No, I'm sorry. Whoo, child. Does Boosie have a relationship with? I don't talk about the relationships that my children have with their biological parents. I just let you know that my children, we have open adoption, but I don't talk specifically about like relationships or what relationships they have or what relationship, because I just feel like, they'll talk about it or they won't. But I always say that the person who has given me permission to talk about them is Boosie's biological dad. So I know that's confusing sometimes because people might think, well, you always say something about Boosie's biological dad, but I don't ever hear you say anything about Boosie's biological mom or Aiden's biological mom or Aiden's biological dad or Carly's biological mom or Carly's biological dad. You're always talking about Boosie. But Boosie's biological dad is the only biological parent that has given me permission to speak about him, on him, say his name, do whatever. But other biological parents have stated to me that, they don't want me to, talk about it, which, hey, I'm 100% going to respect their boundaries. I'm 100% going to, not talk about that or whatever. But I, so I always say, my children have open adoption, and open adoption can look like a grandma granddaddy, cousins, biological siblings, biological cousins, like other biological family members. So it might not always be biological parents, not in our case all the time, but I'm just saying, like, it might not always be in open adoption cases biological parents. It could just be biological grandparents, biological aunties, uncles, cousins, you know. But yeah, so all of my children have a connection to their biological family, and the reason why I mostly talk about their relationship with their siblings is because I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, that aside from me and Ricardo, because my children are not growing up with their biological parents, they're not, but if something ever happened, I want my children to have those relationships with their siblings. Not if something ever happened, but even if nothing happens, because I grew up with my siblings and I know how important sibling relationships are. And you know, to already be away from your siblings in whatever capacity, and it didn't have anything to do with you. Now, mind you, if I grew up and I wanted to be away from my sibling because sometimes you have to cut family members off, then so be it. But when you look at children who have they didn't have a dog in the fight. You understand what I'm saying? Like they didn't have a say whether they was gonna grow up with their siblings, have a relationship with their siblings or anything. Because of decisions made for them by other people or whatever the case may be, then I just feel like it's so important for them to know their siblings and have those relationships with their siblings. And then I just feel like it's important to know your siblings anyway. Baby, you grow up, next thing you know, and it was really important because my children were born not in the same city, but they were born, you know, in this area in North Carolina. And what if they ran into a sibling years down the road and didn't know their sibling? And, you know, they started dating their sibling or something. Baby, I'll be like, wait a minute. Yes, Donna, Aiden's siblings have spent the night. And the reason why y'all never know it is because Aiden's siblings, I don't have permission. Y'all would not ever know Addie or see Addie if her mama gave me permission. And you know, so, you know, all of the kids' parents know that I have raising cultures. And a lot of times what happens is I don't ever have to mention a name, but y'all see a kid and y'all, you know, not y'all, but a person might see a child and be like, and recognize, and oh, I know they mama and daddy. That's Aiden's brother, mama. And I know they didn't give Aiden up, and next thing you know, it just kind of snowballs or skyrockets out of control. And that has even happened with Boosie Daddy. I had to check somebody on here the other day. You don't even know him for real. I don't have to know him for real. Girl, get out my face, off my page. You know, and I understand how that can happen. And so, you know, and some people don't even just put their own kids on social media. And I respect that. You know, a lot of people be like, you know, I feel like it's weird when you put children on social media. So I don't want my kids on social media, you know, so you do what you want to do. Like how I am with spending nights, you know. Other parents are like that with social media. They be like, oh, my kid can spend a night with somebody, but they sure can't be on social media. I think that's weird. I'd be like, oh, well, you know, I just feel like my kids can be on social media, but I just feel like I don't want them to spend the night with nobody. So, you know, we all have our parental type of things. And so even when Aiden's siblings has stayed the night or whatever the case may be, like y'all probably seen a video with feet. And it could have been, you know, but I just respect the boundary only because, I just respect the boundary period. But it's really important that I respect the boundary when it comes to my children's siblings, because I want to make sure that they continue to be able to see their I don't want to mess nothing up trying to show something on social media, and then the parents be like, and now they can't come back, and now we, you know, and I'm just like, oh my God, why did, you know, So, you know, and even Carly's siblings, they don't care, you know, they're grown, of course, but they don't. What about Z? Oh, Z siblings be all on my page because they want to be, like, they love TikTok. But no, Zaria is my biological daughter, though. Zaria is my biological daughter. Me and Ricardo don't have any biological children together. But he all these children of the corn daddy. The best daddy, hands down. I never, you know, Ricardo is not a stepdad. Ricardo is the dad that stepped up. Okay, because he met Zaria when she was 3. Zaria getting ready to be 22. So they, you know, we never told Zaria to call him daddy. Somebody was calling Ricardo Pumpkin all the time, and I'd be like, okay, Pumpkin, you know, and Zaria picked up on that. So at first Zaria would call him Pumpkin, and I say, she calling you Pumpkin? And it switched to Dad probably when she was maybe 6, and she started calling Ricardo Dad. And she been, you know, calling him that ever since. But he is, but I feel like, you know, when you show and you just showing what a daddy is and what a daddy's supposed to be and what a daddy should be, and it, you know, and so Zaria just started calling him daddy, and I didn't stop her, because by that time, when did me and Ricardo get married? How old was Zaria? Zaria might have been 6 or 7. She might have been 7. So now that is your daddy. So, you know, I didn't. And my baby daddy, what was he gonna say? I mean, you know, I ain't finna ask him permission for her to call him that, baby, just go sit down. But yeah. Yeah. So, and I think that Ricardo and Zaria's dad, Ricardo and Zaria's biological dad, have a better relationship, or have had a really good relationship with each other. Ricardo is so laid back, like he has never got into the middle of anything that me and X had going on. Now I don't think it was gonna be no disrespect, but Ricardo, like, he never like said anything. He never in the 18 years that we've been together said anything to me out the way about him. Now I talk big junk. I talk big junk to X. I don't do it no more because our daughter is grown, but I talk big junk to him. And, you know, I would say things to my husband, you know, but Ricardo has never. Ricardo the type of person that I ain't been doing a lot of talking. I'm just gonna take care of my children. I'm gonna take care of my wife. I'm gonna take care of my household. Don't nobody else have to do anything for the people in my household. But me, as far as me and my mouth, baby, I'm and anything that I had to say then, you know, I said it to my baby daddy. But he was not a bad daddy, if that makes sense. He could have been better, but, you know, we all could have been better. But I also feel like we were young parents too. 19. When did you tell Z that Ricardo? Oh, she knew. Her dad has always been in her life, always, from day one. So she knew. She's always like, all of my children have always known their biological parents from day one. That's just the type of person I am. Like, I'm not. I have seen where kids have come to me in therapy and stuff like that, and just finding out they adopted, or and that breaks my heart. I don't care how you as a parent feel that your kids shouldn't know. I just feel like the sooner you tell them, the better. They'll understand if they understand. I mean, the younger you tell them on their level of understanding, and then keep mentioning it. Yeah. Do they call Rick's family grandma, aunt, etc.? Yes, they do. Because me personally, when my children came in, now Zaria is different, and I say that because it was me and Zaria. So when she first met their family, they weren't grandma, and they weren't auntie, and they weren't uncle. And so that had to, you know, kind of grow. But when the boys and Carly met, me and Ricardo were married. It had been years, probably 10, let me see, Aria 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we had been together for 8 years by the time Carly came. And so by the time Carly came, now Zaria's calling them aunt and grandma and, you know, whatever. And, you know, so, you know, when the boys, Boosie grew up in it. Boosie grew up with his mama and daddy and sisters and brothers as his aunts and uncles. Of course, when Aiden came in, Aiden was 4. So the same thing. You know, Aiden just had to kind of like grow and into calling no, Aiden started calling everybody grandma and papa and auntie and everything right away except for me. He didn't call me mama for a while. Aiden did not call me mama. He called me Miss Lady. And I wanted to twist his lips. Not because he called me Miss Lady, but because I told him to call me Miss Kia. I said, you can call me Miss Kia. You can call me Miss Jones. Bob, you can call me that. You call me Kia. No, I think I want to call you Miss Lady. Okay. Okay. I got your damn Miss Lady. But immediately, I'm like, you know, my mom was there when we met him for the first time. My mom was there when we met Aiden for the first time. And Ricardo wasn't there. Ricardo was at work. So I had my mom come and with me to meet him. Not with me, but be there with me when they brought Aiden to the house and met him. And, you know, we're introducing everybody. And, you know, I'm like, I'm Miss Kia. This is Miss Wendy. She's my mom. And so he's like a grandma? I was like, yeah. Grandma. Immediately. When Ricardo came home that night, Aiden was asleep. And so I'm telling him about everything that had transpired, you know, everything that transpired with Aiden that day. And, you know, Ricardo was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. Now, mind you, he never said, I said, you can call me Miss Kid, but he never had to say my name or call me anything that day. So the next day I'm introducing him. I'm like, yeah, this is Ricardo. This is my husband. This is your foster dad, you know, whatever. So he was like, Dad. Sissy. Because that's what he calls Zaria. Aiden started Sissy, and that's why Boosie calls Sissy Sissy. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, okay. Well, I'm, you know, again, let me tell you my name. It's Miss Kia. I'm your foster mom. Okay, Miss Lady. The fuck? I know you right. I was like, no, Miss Kia will do. I like Miss Lady. Like, okay. I was like, he's 4. It'll rub off. 5 months go by. This little boy still calling me Miss Lady. I said, okay. Okay. And everybody was every Aunt Toya, Aunt Mikey. The boys don't call my brother's uncle because they're significantly younger. So Zaria and Carly was calling them by their name. And so, you know, the boys called him, Boosie called him uncle, but Aiden still just called them by their names. Because them and Aiden about the same damn age. But, that's my grandma, my sister, aunt, and so on. My son calls me uncle. That is so funny. But yeah, at birth, and they are now 5 and 7. Truly believe you can help me with your knowledge, God said. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so sweet though. Your nephews, oh, they're gonna have the best. you're gonna be the best. But yeah, Aiden was I think so. I think with Aiden, I feel as a therapist, this is it, I don't know. But I think that at the time, Aiden was very manipulative. He was a very cunning, manipulative 4-year-old. And I mean, he just was. He was very slick. And I thought that was Aiden was extremely smart for a 4-year-old, but also having to navigate the system. And I think that he would use any tactic that he could use at 4 to get out of the house that he was in, whether it was a good house or a house that might not have been the best fit for him. But he would use little things to be removed from home so he could just bounce from home to home to home. That was his MO. I think that's what he was doing. And I was a therapist at the time. And so the more he would do things, the more I would just, try to figure out, because I always tell people, I don't know how to foster parents. I don't care. Now I can understand maybe adopting a child from birth or birthing a baby. I mean, fostering a baby. I don't even know about that, but I can tell you, for me, I don't know about other foster parents, but I do be looking at them with the side eye. When they be like, I love them. I just love them immediately. And I'm thinking to myself, like, really? I used that to my advantage. I used me not, and I don't want to this is not sounding no type of way. I don't want nobody to take it out of context or anything like that. But I use me not having a maternal bond with my children when they first came to me. I used that to my advantage. I didn't love my children immediately. Now, I was very compassionate toward them. Of course, I'm kind. Of course, you have compassion for all children, and all those things. But I also use that for my protection. And when I say my protection, as a foster mom, you don't want to get too attached to a child. And plus, Aiden is was only supposed to be with us for a week. Or 1 to 3 weeks was the max. So, I'm not gonna be trying to be attached to a child and they only gonna be in my care. He was a respite child. He was only gonna be in my care for a week or 2 or whatever. And so, I use that to my advantage. And when I say that, because I'm a therapist, I try to advocate in a therapeutic type of way.
No. Aunt Tracy said before you leave, come in there though. To roll my window down. I thought I did. Can I hear you now? Oh. How? It's off.
Shoot, I'll never forget it.
I don't know how. The car is off.
Boss texting me. From Chris, bold, too smooth and sophisticated, saying, we need.
What the heck?
Oh, I was getting ready to log off. So my bad. I was getting ready to log off because Zari acting like she don't understand when I say cut the car off. She said she did though. Is Z home for good? No. Child. What the hecky? But no, Zaria is in her master's program. And so she is commuting right now. Yeah, so I can't disconnect my Bluetooth from my car while I'm on live, or otherwise it'll cut the whole live, which is so crazy. So Zaria had to turn the car off in order for y'all to be able to hear me. But I was saying my brothers are grown and living on their own. And so, you know, like Mikey, she's grown, she's living on her own. The only sister that lives with my parents is Bird. Of course, Bird is autistic, and she has a developmental disability, and so therefore of course she's going to be living with my parents. So yeah, y'all won't see my brothers unless they're here. Like Derek came not too long ago, but then you still see when I try to put him on live, he was trying to charge me money. Like, boy, you don't get out my face like, you gonna shoot me, my aunt won't. No, I ain't finna shoot you no couple dollars because you getting ready to say hey to the people that ain't seen you since 2020. Carly's good. Carly has a full-time grown woman job. Okay. Carly worked for the government. And she is honey on her 9 to 5, 9 to 6. And so Carly, honey, she called me, y'all, literally called me on her first day, and she looked like a deer caught in headlights. She looked like she had gone through, like somebody had just dragged her. She was like this on FaceTime. And I said, you okay? What's wrong with you? She was like, Mom, how do people do this? And I said, how do people do what? Work? A 9 to 5? She getting a little bit more acclimated and things like that, or whatever the case may be. But honey, she was going through. So yes, Bird was moving into the the independent living house, because I see people asking. And Bird got sick, and y'all know she was in the hospital for almost 3 weeks. And after that, my mama, child, my mama said, "Oh, I know." But yeah, so my mama was like, no, this ain't getting ready to be no types of right. I'm getting ready to speak to my aunt, and then yeah, but yeah, after she got sick, my mom was like, we're gonna have to restart that over whenever she a little bit better. But Jay said, give us some grace. I know, ain't adults in ghetto. Who? Oh, look, my mama watching Raising Cultures. She love to be on Raising Cultures. I know she watching Raising Cultures. I can hear me. Girl, why is you watching Raising Cultures?
And I can't sit down. I know this other thing still in my house.
Look.
You know what?
She watching Raising, like, you're obsessed.
Girl,
You're obsessed.
Boo, bye.
Bookie. You know what I'm saying? You're obsessed.
Hell, bad.
Baby,
You a fool.
Child. And yes, if y'all want to know, my mama is still eating chips in the bed.
That's right. Ain't nothing changed over here but my age.
Girl, that's how it started. Boosie eating chips on my mama's bed.
That's right.
And she's still eating them Lays.
Yeah, bad. Why are you
Nah.
here? I thought you was. I looked up. I said, I know this husband ain't still in my yard.
Girl, why I gotta be a hussy?
Girl, and where's he?
But why she won't turn it off? She's
You in my room. Because I'm upset.
why she won't turn?
I'm upset.
Girl, she still got me on the phone.
I'm upset. Ooh, girl, bad.
Ooh, child. And she said she is obsessed. Thank you, because I know. Oh, where her soda? She didn't.
About that. Hey,
She didn't upgrade it to water.
To water. The Mountain Dews was dirty. I get sophisticated with my water.
She gets sophisticated with her water.
But I still have a dew now.
Every now and again. The dew will do. Every now and again, but
I do, but I'm doing more water and...
why won't she turn this phone off or down?
I'm doing more water and Alka-Seltzer plus.
Not Alka-Seltzer plus. Right, the Echo Ginger, because she won't turn the darn phone
I'm
down.
in my room, Ginger.
Not Ginger. Bye.
Ain't that what you said? You won't turn it down, Ginger?
I said...
Now I'm in my place. She came in my space, Ginger.
She said... I'm in my bed, Ginger. I cannot. I tried to but I can't. Yes, Boosie was in the bed, Winnie Pooh eating the Pepsi. I didn't even know he drunk Pepsi. Oh, she gonna see that. Drinking a Pepsi.
Boots was in the bed eating a Pepsi.
Drinking a Pepsi then. Drinking a Pepsi. She gets on my nerves really. Now, mind you, I ain't heard hide nor hair of her. When I was watching them Children of the Corn. Girl, cause where was you at then? You got so much to say now, but where was you at when I was watching them kids?
Yeah. Watch what kids.
Watch what? Majesty and Deuce and Addie. She's talking about watching what kids? She's still watching Raising
Them
Culture.
children. Honey, them your children.
Girl, can I have a cheer wine?
Damn your children. Why I need to help you watch? Why I need to help you watch them children?
Did you hear that?
You know what?
Girl, can I have a cheer wine?
Can you have a cheer wine?
Yes.
Get a cheer wine.
Hey, girl, I had to ask first. I ain't just want to come up here. What y'all got? What's going on? What's all this in this corner, honey?
My quarter, my stuff.
Wilches. Okay, then. Let me get one of these.
Mountain Dew.
No, ain't no Mountain Dew, but I would take one of these cheer ones. Yes, girl. She's so happy watching Raising Cultures.
Let me get off of here.
Girl.
God, I'm just good God Almighty.
Bye, I love you, girl.
I love you too. Lock my door.
Not lock my door. Ooh, can I get Ricardo a cheer wine? Why is she quiet? Can I take a cheer wine to Ricardo? Oh, thank you, Aunt Tracy. And Diane. Huh? Can I take a cheer wine to Ricardo?
Can you get Ricardo a cheer wine?
Yeah.
What y'all in the grocery store the other day?
I ain't think about buying no cheer wine. She talking about, no, we can split it. Girl can split it. Ooh, I'm being loud. Bird knocked out. Bird sleep.
Girl, you say y'all can split it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Don't tell me and Ricardo can split it.
A 35 pack.
I mean, she got a full 24 pack up there. Okay, well, I'll take my one cheer wine and be happy. Take that. Let me get on out if I not have one child. Ricardo them on that football field. Oh, meet people where they. Mom. She only answering me when she hear it on this. I'm in her house and she can hear me, but she's only answering once she hear it on live. Weirdo. Now I gotta wait.
What?
Now I gotta wait delayed because she's trying to answer me from the live. Did you donate to Boosie's football thing is what I was gonna ask you.
Diane.
Okay.
Did I donate to what?
Boosie's football.
No.
You know what? What kind of grandmother are you? What kind of grandmother are you? I'm telling your grandson. I'm gonna tell him Winnie Pooh did not donate to that extra jersey, baby. You just gonna have to have one. You can't get that reversible. Woo! Come lock the top lock. Okay. I gotta stand at the door till she hear that. Okay. You know what? I just. Child. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you hear me. I'm in the house. And you're in. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Everybody.
Why do you have a cheer wine?
I can't have a cheer wine. I finna deal with this. I'm gonna tell you right now, Zaria gotta go. She gotta go. I'm telling y'all right now, she gotta go. So earlier today, should have known. It started when I was at TJ Maxx over Christmas time. And I wanted to get that. Y'all remember I wanted to get that Grinch. I want to get that Grinch snow globe from TJ Maxx. And Zaria, no, you don't need no Grinch snow globe. I regret that every second of every day. Okay?
Got you a better one. Got you a better one.
I regret it every day. Okay? And now, since her and Carly been home, they've been trying to make me drink more water. I drink enough water. I drink water all day. I can't have one soda.
You be having two.
Now I'm a soda-holic now.
You are.
You know? I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I've only had 2 sodas.
No, you have.
I did. I had that little cup because you wouldn't even let me. Y'all. So we're at McDonald's. Okay. I want a medium Coke. I just want me a medium Coke. Okay. Okay. She made me get this. This is what she made me get.
And you see how much it's drunk?
She made me get this because I was late. She made me get this little baby cup.
I said you can go in if you wanted to.
Then we at TJ Maxx. I'm like, I need this. No, you don't. But let it be something that they want or need.
No, you be needing nothing. You just be getting replicas and stuff.
Now I can't even have a chill wine. Yeah.
You don't want a Coke there. Or tea.
I want them to go back to school. I want them to move back into the dormitory. Okay? I don't even want them in a tiny house, Lord. I want them back in the dormitory. Carly, send me your Apple Watch thing so I can sync it and see what is it, what your heart rate is. I said, I'm not syncing my Apple Watch to yours. Are you insane? I didn't even know people could do that. Why you want to watch? I told you I'm walking. I told you I was walking every day. Once a week. But still, you at work. You are at work. Why do you need to know what I'm doing? She talking about just bring my soda back in the house. Let me go. All right, y'all. Your grandma talking about bring her back outside of grandma's house. Y'all have a good and blessed day. Bye.
She don't need that Coke.
I don't have a Coke.
Chill wine.
Bye, y'all.